What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Spectator Sports Podcast. My name is Drew. I'm here with Kin and the baby who needs some uppies. What's going on, brother?
Uppies. What's up, man? How you doing? It's been a few weeks.
It has been a few weeks. Episode 202, we're back. We've had some scheduling conflicts, and it's tough. It's the holiday season. Stuff happens. Hopefully, everybody's having a good holidays. This weekend is Christmas, or Christmas Eve, Christmas on a Monday. So hopefully, everybody has a great holidays leading up. Afterwards, get the good gifts, give the good gifts, the whole 9 yards. Do you have a big list this year, my good man?
Do I have a big list?
Yeah.
I literally always just want money.
Oh, you're the money guy.
Yeah, I'm that guy. Hey, what do you want for Christmas? Yeah, I'll buy my own thing. Just give me money, please.
Okay.
How about you? Big list?
No, I mean, I have a lot of stuff I want. Most of it's far too expensive to be asking for. So I guess kind of money, but not really. I like when people get me something that they thought of me when they saw it or in the process of trying to buy gifts. Even if it sucks and I never use it, I still think it's cool.
You know how I realize I'm getting older, right? When someone gets me a practical gift and I'm absolutely geeked about it.
Like I'm excited.
Like, dude, last year my dad got me 2 tires for Christmas for my car.
That's actually so
I
good.
was geeked. This year, he got me spark plugs and ignition coils. I'm geeked. Like,
yeah, it's nice.
I don't care. He could literally tell me to F off tomorrow, and I'll be like, that's fine. You put stuff in my car, like that I needed. So
yeah, that's kind of like the money gift, really, because instead of spending it yourself, you're just getting it. And it's something you gotta like, dude. If somebody, and I don't live on my own anymore, but when I used to, if somebody would have bought like a big thing of like toilet paper, I would have kissed them.
Dude, really?
Like, why don't we gift toilet paper and like paper towels? I would be down 10 toes.
Dude, when we're a kid and you open up that 6-pack of underwear, you're like, oh, if I got a nice 6-pack of good old soft Hanes underwear, I'd kiss someone on the mouth.
To be completely fair, also, underwear is like really expensive now. I saw like a 5-pack of underwear for like $30 the other day. I was like,
that's wild.
I don't
you ever wear Pair of Thieves?
No, because they're expensive.
Listen.
Expensive.
Just get 1 2-pack. It'll change your life.
Listen, I don't want that. I'm a briefs guy. Are you a briefs guy or a boxers guy?
I am a briefs guy.
Dude, first of all, if you're a briefs guy, you're a man, and I like that about you. Something about the nice, everything's held together. It feels good. It's nice. I don't want to get a super expensive pair because then I will never want to go back, and then I have to spend $40 on 3 pairs. You know how expensive like Lululemon briefs are? It's like $70 for like a 3-pack. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's like, apparently they changed your life though.
Dude, Pair of Thieves 2 for $23.
It's not great.
It's not great, but like it feels like nothing, but you know something's there.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm just saying.
No, I agree.
I'm just saying.
I like that. So we're here for some practical gifts this year. I definitely got a bunch of my friends' gifts. So shout out to everybody, all of y'all. Love you, appreciate you guys. And as I've gotten older, also I've become more of a giver than a receiver in terms of gifts because I was an only child, so I was always getting all the gifts. And now I have my own money. I got adult money. I can spend it on stupid stuff. It's pretty fun.
See, I'm kind of in that phase where like I don't make enough money to get all my family members and friends gifts, but I'm also too old for them to really be like, "Hey, here's a gift." Like,
yeah,
like I'm out of that younger nephew phase, you know.
I got you.
But I'm also not quite at the point of like I have to get people gifts. I can't. I'm happy about that. Don't want to get there soon.
It's a good feeling when you can, though. I'll tell you that. It is
no, absolutely. And there's a few people that are getting gifts, but there's a few people that aren't. And you know,
there's certainly people that are not. There absolutely are. Coal's expensive too. I wouldn't even get y'all that.
Real. I just find just rocks.
Ooh, gravel, like those red
ones. Just go out. No, literally just go outside and just rocks.
I didn't know what to get you, so I got you this box.
Yes.
That's what I got you.
Honestly, if you went outside and found a rock and you gave it to a crystal girly, she'd probably go insane.
I love me a good crystal girly. We're not gonna get into taste of women on this episode. We are faring straight away. And listen, speaking of a gift, all right, we have a gift for you guys today. A gift in a new game that we're gonna be bringing to the show that we're gonna call 0 to 100. Pretty much the
Yeah.
game goes: me and Kid, we're each gonna have our own guy that we have in mind, and we are going to guess other players, athletes, whatever the topic is for that week. And whatever our guess is, we will get a number back, 0 to 100. 100 being really close and actually him, or her. 0 being you could not be further from the light, my brother in Christ.
And I think for this week we are sticking to like NFL players, right?
Correct.
As
This
our
week,
as our first game.
exactly. So we're gonna stick to
Okay.
that. 0 to 100 is the game. You know it. I know it. We're gonna get into it. First ever week. Ken, you're gonna start this off.
Well, yeah, I'm starting the guessing.
No. I guess I should be
No, I
guessing
have.
for you, but you have your guy that I will be guessing.
Yes,
Correct?
I have my guy in mind. I'm just trying in my head. I'm trying to like do quick math and be like, okay, how do I determine? Just throw a name out
We'll
there.
just get out there and we'll get it popping. We'll get it popping. Okay, so it is the NFL. Let's just
Yes.
start. I'm gonna go with Devontae Adams.
I'll give you like a 20.
Like a 20.
Like a 20.
Okay. that's not very helpful at all. Let's switch conferences then. Let's go to like the NFC. DeAndre Swift.
Okay, only because you switched conferences, I'll give you like a 30.
Okay. Okay. So he's probably a defensive player, is what it sounds like.
Are you asking me?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're watching the brain process this, is what you're doing. NFC defensive player potentially. So let's go with Nick Bosa, because the Racist Bowl is coming up this week.
My God.
Or the Color Bowl, whatever you want to call it.
Oh man, dude, the number might like throw you off, but it's 75.
Okay.
The number's gonna throw you off because like your reasoning is incorrect, but like you're on the right path.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Is it Drew Lock?
Oh,
So no.
we've gone somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, I don't even know we've definitely gone backwards.
Okay, that's fine.
But I'm still gonna give you like a 60.
Okay. Well, you got to eliminate some stuff, you got to try and figure some things out in moving around. Okay. 60. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. How deep in my bag am I going to have to get today, ladies and gentlemen? 60, so he's probably not on that team. I feel like it's still the Niners somewhere, somehow. So, like, Deebo Samuel?
I'll bump it up to like an 85. Yeah, we're in the right direction.
Is it our quarterback, Lord and Savior, Brock Purdy?
It is Brock Purdy. 100. There you go.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, dude, when you said a Niners player, I was like, I have to bump the number up, but he thinks it's because he picked defense. Like,
yeah. Okay. Brock Purdy. That's
we picked Brock Purdy.
Dude, our MVP leader right now.
Dude, that's exactly why I picked Brock Purdy, because and you didn't mention it before we played, but we're gonna pick a guy every week that we want to segue into a conversation. And the conversation is right now, would you vote Brock Purdy for MVP?
Not only would I vote him, but like this should be unanimous at this current moment. I had a little bit of doubts. A lot of the year I've been pro McCaffrey, or Tyreek. I think those have been my personal two leaders in this right now. Last week you saw the Dolphins offense not skip a beat against a pretty solid defense without Tyreek Hill. Uh,
Valid.
it's weird when your team does well without you to like be like, oh, see, he's not that valuable. But like, they were fine. Like they were so still good offensively, and getting Waddle back into the mix was like, oh yeah, they have this guy too. And Tua is still like very good. Brock Purdy, second in total yards, first in passer rating. He has the 49ers are, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't know how to look this up, so I'm not going to fact check myself, but I'm pretty sure they throw the least amount of passing attempts per game. But he's still best in passer rating and second in total yards. Granted, there's a lot of yak stuff that come from the way that they scheme plays up. You get a lot of yak from Debo and McCaffrey and obviously all those guys. And that's what you want out of that offense to make the ball get to your playmakers. But he has been so efficient, not throwing that many interceptions. Even when they were quote unquote playing poorly in their little losing streak, he was kind of fine. Like he wasn't like losing games. He had a concussion and people were worried about that. And he's been really good the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. The 49ers look like exactly who we thought they were. Am I surprised? No. But, we haven't seen a Niners team really have a struggle like they did middle of the season. And
Yeah.
he looks awesome.
So, just to add on to a few things you said there, he also has the most explosive pass plays, that being just a play that goes for more than 20 yards. And he has it by, it looks like a pretty decent margin here. Let me just do a quick little refresh on my screen, assuming the page wants to work. No, doesn't want to. Okay, no, it's not that large of a margin. Yeah, he has 4 more explosive plays than the next best guy. The next best guy being CJ Stroud, which also, okay, cool. He also is having an insanely good season, but
Sure.
he's not in this conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, he also has the most explosive plays, like you mentioned already, highest quarterback rating in the league. And in terms of like minimum quarterbacks that actually throw the ball, like let's say minimum 200 attempts, he also has the highest first down percentage on pass plays
It's crazy.
at 43.8%.
It's really high. That's crazy.
Yeah, like I wasn't even gonna feed into the propaganda, but I guess I just felt the need to. Like, I mean, this guy,
He's been really good.
I was a hater.
He's
I
been
was a hater.
really.
I'll
You
admit
have earlier. We have episodes like
it.
4 episodes ago where you're like, he's a product of his environment and all this, and like, there's a big extent to where that's true. If you throw Brock Purdy on what's a team without like a good if you put him on like the Commanders, he probably plays about as well as Sam Howell is right now. Which isn't like a knock or whatever it is. Just they have a lot of
I
problems.
almost said something that just fuels my Brock Purdy
Disdain? Or
I'm not gonna say disdain, but just like
what, you think they would be
like
worse?
like realistically, Sam Howell's probably, I'll say, athletically more talented than Brock Purdy, just in terms of arm strength.
I mean, that's fine,
that
but
type
like,
of thing.
and you're probably right, but there's things that we've talked about on the show for a little bit too, in regards to Brock. We're like, ability to diagnose a defense at the line of scrimmage within that first 4 seconds of a play starting. How many guys are better in the NFL right now? 3, maybe? It's like Mahomes, duh, but even he's had his struggles this year. And then, like, who else is there? Like Kirk, who's like one of the best every year in terms of getting rid of the ball pretty early, in after the snap.
For the longest time, Tua did lead the league in
And Tua's very good at it.
time to throw.
Yeah, Tua's very good at it too. And again, that's partially because his guys are wide open, but like, he goes through progressions. It's not like it's a set play. Like, we're in the NFL. It's not like they're open every play. So there's a handful of guys that are in that echelon of like time to throw, diagnose a play. And Purdy is significantly better than like 85% of the quarterbacks in the league. And just that alone kind of bridges the gap between his athleticism necessarily. And he's not being asked to throw the ball 45 yards downfield. That's not what they want from him. That's not what they need from him. If you don't need that in a quarterback, then like, why go get a guy with a big arm? There's no need. Who cares?
Yeah, that's valid. And it's funny. I actually just you said something and it gave me a question. Of course,
Okay.
now I forgot. Who's people you just named?
Tua, Kirk, Mahomes.
Oh, speaking of Mahomes and some of his struggles, I posted a stat on Twitter the other day. You're gonna love this. You ready?
Okay. Okay.
Kadarius Toney
Oh god.
has more dropped passes that led to interceptions than touchdown receptions this season.
How many is it? Like 4?
It's literally it's just 2-1.
Oh, okay.
But it's still just a hilarious stat. Just an awful.
Yeah, I really really hope one day as like a because the NFL and football is so piss poor about advanced analytics that I hope one day we're able to like figure out a way to diagnose and like properly assign interceptions like we do fumbles. Um, I saw the worst interception I have ever seen this weekend. I'm trying to remember exactly who it was. I think it was Sam Howell. I really don't remember. Pretty much the wide receiver, the ball was a little bit thrown behind him. He tips it up to try and catch it. It goes up. He tips it up again with his other hand, and then he gets like tackled, and then it just goes right into the defender's arms. It's like,
Oh, perfect.
we just can't put that on the
Perfect.
quarterback. Like, we're just not allowed to. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw Kadarius Toney's play this week, but he had a ball probably like right here. A wide receiver should catch it.
A little behind you. Yeah.
Yeah, like slightly behind, but
Yeah.
a wide receiver should
Fine.
catch it. I'd probably catch it. I mean, anyways, he like bobbles. Oh shit! Caught by the defender. It's terrible. And then of course, it reminds you of week 1 when the ball goes right through his hands, pick 6.
Mahomes was pissed after this one, too. He was really mad.
Oh, absolutely, and rightfully so.
Yeah. I mean, I think they still lead the league in drops. So, like, their offense still has other issues, but, like, leading the league in drops will lose you a game or two. It's just how it goes.
Oh, absolutely.
Just to finish off our Brock Purdy thing, too, he leads the league in touchdowns. Second
Yes,
place
that
in
is true.
touchdowns is Dak, right? Dak's having a great season. I know they got killed the other day, but he's having a great season. He has, where is it? How many touchdowns? 28 touchdowns. Purdy has 29. Dak has over 100 more throwing attempts and 1 less touchdown. That's how good Brock Purdy's been, because Dak's had a very good season. It's not a knock. That's just like Rose balling. So I do like that. That's a good inaugural 0 to 100. Shout out Brock Purdy, man. Like, genuinely not a meme. One of the better quarterbacks in the league, especially this year. It's pretty cool to see. Mr. Irrelevant, just being great.
Still probably like 4 guys will take over.
That's fine though. That's fine. Well, that's fine.
No, I just needed to end the segment by being a hater. That's
And you did that
You know me.
successfully. That me up.
I'm
you know
the
what saying?
the
Absolutely.
number one hater on YouTube, because that's where this is going. I'm the number one hater on YouTube.
and Spotify and Apple. If you're not listening on any of those, might as well subscribe, rate the pod. Would appreciate you guys. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're not liked and subscribed, do it. It's easy. It's super simple. You guys should do it. We appreciate you all for listening and watching. Now it's your turn to guess.
It's my turn.
It's your turn to guess.
I have a weird feeling like you went like really super obscure with it. You know what? We're just going to stay with the 49ers. Christian McCaffrey. Let's start there.
Like a 42. That might be a little low, but like a 42.
42.
Yeah.
Now, what about it could be a 42? See, I'm sure
We'll go 52. We'll say 52. We'll say
52.
52.
Okay.
52.
See, I'm sure like this was part of your thought process. Was like, now what made that a 50? What
Yeah,
made that a
literally.
60?
Yeah, exactly.
Like for example, when you said Drew Lock, I was like, okay, I'll still give him a 50 because it's quarterback.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know. With that being said, let's just get another running back out there. Let's throw Saquon Barkley out there. I don't know.
I don't
I
think
don't
that
know.
changes anything. It
You
actually
think,
goes.
oh, we're
It goes.
still
Goes a little bit lower.
okay.
I think now we'll go to like a 45. That's what I'll say.
Ooh, we've gone the
Yeah,
wrong direction.
yeah.
Okay.
The reasoning for the drop is crazy, but it makes sense. It makes sense. I'll explain it too later.
Yeah. Well, the first guy. Never mind. All right. Anyways, I have my thoughts on the reasoning for the drop, but I'll just wait.
Okay,
Um,
it's continue.
and maybe my
Continue.
next guest will
Continue.
like
Continue.
clarify my thoughts
Okay.
on the reasoning.
Okay.
Like Adam Thielen.
Your thoughts? I see the vision and the numbers going up, but it's not for that vision. It's going up. It's like a 65.
Okay. Okay. So maybe it's a wide receiver or something.
Oh, sure, man.
Okay. CD Lamb.
What did I say for McCaffrey? 52? 52.
Oh my god, we went back to 52.
Yeah, right back there.
Okay, so I've guessed.
You got to think of why these guys might be moving up or down.
Yeah, brother, I've literally just been breaking even this whole time. Like I'm just the most average player ever. Shitting right at the 50s. Why? Okay, so wait. What was the Adam Thielen number?
I think I said 65.
65.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not for the reason.
It's not for that reason. Not that like it's just not for that reason.
Okay. Is this an obscure person?
No. No,
No,
not
okay.
at all.
Okay. I'm so he plays for, they've all been NFC guys. I'm assuming if I was in the wrong conference, I would be in like the 40s now.
Yeah.
Or even lower.
I'll give you
potentially?
that. Yeah, you'd be lower.
Okay, so I am in the right conference.
Like if you said Keenan Allen, whatever CD was, like 52, it would have been like a 22.
Okay. So all right. So let me think. Let me cook. Let me throw some spices in the pot real quick.
I want this to be known before we started this. He was concerned that I would take too long guessing.
Oh,
that's all.
Whatever.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
Whatever, man. Whatever. Stephon Diggs.
22.
I literally just went to the other conference. I'm a moron. I'm actually
I just told you not to.
I literally
just told you not to.
Who is Justin Jefferson? Back in the same conference.
It's again 52, man. You're not moving the needle. Like
okay,
we're at the McCaffrey CD level.
Okay.
Like,
so at this point, like, is it even a wide receiver?
No.
Oh, okay. So I can leave that part. Okay.
Yeah. It was never a wide receiver. There was never anything to make you seem like it was going to be a wide receiver.
It's just Adam Thielen was like a 60-something.
That's not even that high.
I mean, that's the highest I've been so far.
A 65 is a D on a test.
Passing.
It's not passing. That's not passing.
That is passing.
It's not passing.
Passing is just
C's get the grades, not D's, brother.
Okay, so anyways, okay, so that tells me he's probably not on the same team. Give me like this is so just odd of me. Give me Sam Laporta.
No.
Oh, I'm gonna be the one that takes forever. Holy.
Again, like a 58. Like not really.
Okay.
Not really much of an improvement over the other ones.
Okay, just don't tell me you picked an offensive lineman because I'm never gonna get it.
I didn't do that.
Okay, thank you.
I couldn't even name more than like 15. So I can, but like it would take a minute.
This is okay. So we're just gonna keep changing positions until I feel. Oh, this is random. Baker Mayfield. Let's see how far
It's
this
him.
goes.
That's the guy.
Oh!
That's the guy. That's the one. It's him, Baker.
We just went from 50 to 100. Yo,
That's why like you went Adam Thielen, the same division. The thing you were alluding to, which was them being on the Rashad Mendenhall white team, because Adam Thielen is wide receiver 2 on that team, so shout out. But like it wasn't really, but they just happened to be the same division. I was like, damn. And offense. I liked McCaffrey over Saquon because their jerseys were red. Because like I mean, what other significant differentiator is there from McCaffrey to Saquon compared to Baker? Like nothing.
it's just funny. I picked a white guy. I got 52. Then I picked Saquon, went to 42.
And he
I was
went
like,
down.
now what
Interesting.
happens?
Now why is that?
It's funny you picked Baker because I did want to talk about him today, but I'm sure you had a question lined up, being that you picked him. So
Yeah, so the Buck that division's kind of just a weird little dumpster fire as they kind of just are, right? Strange little division. They're all kind of ass in like a good way. But the Bucks are 7-7. They are in first place in the NFC South, currently in the playoffs. And even if they don't win, the NFC is not great, so like the wild card is still available to them and all that. And we're sitting here, and it is almost Christmas, and Baker Mayfield has over 3,000 yards, 28 touchdowns. He's 63% on completion percentage. Where is he in terms of the quarterbacks in the league this season?
I mean, with how he's playing right now, it'd be hard to look at his stats and keep him out of the top 10. I think that's a very valid statement. I mean, you look right now, he is third, fourth, fifth, tied for fifth in passing touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Only has 8 interceptions. I just looked, he's 6th in the league in explosive pass plays. We can get other numbers real quick, such as yards. Okay, we're a little bit lower.
He's like 13th in yards or something like that.
Yep, he's 13th in yards. Yards per attempt, he's probably somewhere average at 7.1. The completion percentage is a little low, so we're not very efficient. But just in terms of, touchdown to interception ratio, explosive plays, he's doing everything right. I mean, there's people that before the season started probably didn't even think Baker Mayfield would have still been the starter after 14 games. Probably didn't think he'd still be a starter after 8 weeks.
Yep.
And here he is with a potentially career revitalizing season.
Yeah, he's 9th in passer rating. Again, the Bucks are in the playoff picture. Like, they lost Tom Brady this year. And I know Tom was old and they weren't like super great last year. But they lost Tom Brady. That is like the hardest man to ever replace. Look at the Patriots right now. Tell me how good they've been since Tom left. Have they had a 7-7 season with Baker Mayfield? Like they went to a playoffs once, I guess. So like sure, but it's hard to do that. And Baker came in with pretty low expectations. I feel like this season. A lot of Bucks fans, I'm in the Tampa area. A lot of Bucks fans were like, "Hey, we should probably just start Kyle Trask and like look towards the future." But the roster has too much money invested into it, especially the defense. They kind of had to try and win now. And you know what's like the best thing about Baker this year? And it's not really something you can control, but it is what it is. He's healthy. Look around the NFL. So many of the league starters are out for the year. Aaron Rodgers is out for the year. Joe Burrow, Kirk Cousins, they're all out for the season. Justin Herbert, out for the season. Those are top 10 quarterbacks. Gone. So you have a guy that can kind of slot in as a, pseudo top 10. He's not really, but pseudo top 10 type of guy. He's been playing better lately too. He's been really good the last couple of weeks because the Bucks are on a little bit of a heater. And I don't know. I like what he's been doing. I don't think he's great. I don't know if they win a playoff game or anything like that. But I do think the Bucks have a decision to make at the end of this season. And it's, do they extend Baker or do they go somewhere else to try and upgrade? And you and I know very well that when you have a guy that's decent, it's scary to try and upgrade because it can always be worse.
Yeah, and like who realistically do they even get? I mean, they're too good to get one of the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks in this coming draft. Cuz I don't think I mean, you look at like Caleb Williams, Drake May, they're top 5. Obviously getting picked top 5. Then even like Michael Penix, um
Jaden
probably
Daniels.
top 10. Yeah, Jaden Daniels, mm,
He
maybe
could
top
maybe
15,
he could
top
maybe
20.
slide into like a spot where the Bucks are at. Maybe
Yeah, yeah.
it's a good quarterback draft
It is.
because then you even have
This
JJ
should be,
McCarthy and Bo Nix, and like they're maybe not even first rounders, and I think they're pretty decent NFL potential quarterbacks.
it's a very fun draft. Um but do you draft one of those guys and slot him in right away, especially when a lot of your roster is kind of older aging players? I
I'm
mean,
saying it's a win now
yeah.
roster.
Yeah, Mike Evans by the time next season started, I believe he'll be 31. Levante David is 33 right now if I'm not mistaken. Their center Ryan Jensen, 30s. There's a few guys on this team that even Chris Godwin is like late 20s
I think he's
already.
29. I think.
Yeah, so you have a lot of playmakers on this team on both sides of the ball. Um, and this is really a team that you look at and it's like, dude, if they had like one more good offensive lineman, they could be, or even a
Pretty
tight
legit.
end. No offense, Kate Otten. You're like
No.
you catch the ball. I'll give you that. You got good hands, but like, dude, if they had a dynamic tight end, dude, that offense is it has potential to be really, really, really good. And Baker is one of those quarterbacks where, yeah, he can pick his spots and play into a scheme and just not make mistakes. But he's also got still really solid arm talent.
Yeah.
I mean, like this isn't just
There's a reason he
who
was the
can
number
I
one overall pick. Not because he's super
right,
tall or he's like freakishly athletic. It's because he has a really good arm and he's
right,
made good decisions in the past.
yeah. And I don't know if you can necessarily just bring a rookie into that or think you're going to sign someone better.
It's hard. It's scary. And so I don't know what the Bucks do. Um, the only like guarantee upgrade that like I think every team that's kind of in a weird limbo should do is try and get Kirk Cousins this offseason. If he doesn't re-sign with the Vikings, like I know he says he wants to. So if they get a quarterback, that changes the whole offseason dynamic for quite a few teams that are fringe but missing that guy. He could slot in and potentially be that guy. Um, they do have a couple of options, but I want to talk about Baker because I thought Baker was having a nice season. It's not like he's in the MVP conversation or anything like that, but again, he has a team in position to maybe win a division, and a lot of it is because of him. It's not like the Derek Carr situation or the Desmond Ritter situation in the other opponents in that conference where it's in spite of the quarterback. A lot of this is because of Baker. He's played well.
Yeah, and we're not going to talk about how absolutely awful that division is. No, we're just going to praise Baker and how good he's been and getting his team to lead a division.
Hey, it's not. I don't think the division is as bad. I really do think that like if you put a half-brained quarterback on the Falcons, like they hopefully get this offseason, like that offense is very good. Um, they just don't. They just don't have that. So it's one of those things, and I don't know. I like a lot of those. Now the Saints, that's a disaster. They're a disaster.
Absolutely. Oh
They're
my goodness. I'm the biggest Derek Carr hater there is,
dude. I mean,
and I've been vindicated.
Derek Carr looks worse than we could have ever imagined. Like Derek Carr's had very good seasons. He has, um, and that's clearly just in the rear view. And they're in cap space hell, and they don't really have a way to like. They have so many good young guys too, but it doesn't matter because they owe so many people so many large amounts of money that they can't get rid of. it's yeah, they're in a really tough spot, and that's like almost where the Bucks are at, but their contracts are way less egregious, thankfully. So Shout out.
Random thought before we move on to something different. I'm not
Okay.
sure if we were about to segue, but just a random thought, an extra thing to praise Baker for. We've seen the Bucks win some close games.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen some nice comeback drives. Got the stat pulled up here. In the fourth quarter, when the game is within 7 points, Baker this season completes 65% of his passes. Not great, but whatever. He has 4 touchdowns to 1 interception, giving him a 104.3 quarterback rating. That is
Pretty solid. That's right. In
that's
fact, that's
valid.
very good. That's very
And
good.
that is in 10 games where the fourth quarter has been within 7 points on 63 attempts. So he's
There's a size there. It's not like too
there, yeah,
much.
it's like when the Bucks have needed Baker to be incredible, he's been pretty goddamn incredible.
Pretty cool.
They've won 3 games in a row.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're on a little bit of a heater. So very cool to see from the Bucks. Hopefully that can kind of roll in because people thought they were out like 3 weeks ago, and as you probably rightfully should have been, they were 4-7. They've been better. So we are going to transition though. We're going to talk. I don't know how much you've looked into it or not into it yet, but we have games next week. Some of them on Christmas, some of them on Christmas Eve, some of them on Saturday. I hate the Saturday part of the season. It ruins a lot of, I don't know, just a lot of football, but whatever. What is our game not to spectate this week?
Game not to spectate. Oh, that's yeah, I haven't looked at any of these games yet. Ooh,
I didn't
the
think so.
Commanders Jets could be up there.
Mm-hmm.
Any other ones? I mean, the Commanders Jets is kind of the one that sticks out to me. I mean,
It's not good.
you're watching the Jets offense, which in that case you're watching the Jets. There is no second word there. Actually, you're watching the Jets, and then you're watching the Commanders offense, who can be fun, but they're playing a good Jets defense. Holy shit, this game's gonna end like 7-3.
I'm saying 14-11. There's a safety. There's a safety.
Fun fact: the Giants and the Eagles have the only game in NFL history that's ever ended by a score of 23-11.
Scorigami, baby. We've had like 3 or
It's
4 of
just
them this year, which has been awesome.
we
Shout out to the
have.
Scorigamis. We very much appreciate those. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the game not to watch. I would say
Yeah.
the Browns and Houston is because it's Joe Flacco versus Case Keenum in 2023. But those teams are both in playoff position, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say that. And Joe Flacco's actually played better than the other quarterbacks on that roster. Better than the one quarterback who they traded for 3 first round picks and gave a gigantic contract to despite being a Predator. He's playing better than him, and he was on the couch 2 months ago scratching his balls and sniffing while watching other people play football. Shout out to Joe Flacco. Elite quarterback. Always has been, always will be.
Yeah, I'm every time I see something bad happen to the Browns, I smile.
Yeah,
You know,
I
not
agree.
that the rest of the team deserves it, but
No, some of
like
them are cool.
yeah, some of them were cool. But you know, when
Mm-hmm.
you trade for
Mm-hmm.
Deshaun Watson after everything, and you know, on top of that, you're like, oh, we need a running back. Let's go sign Kareem Hunt.
There's
I hope
des-
nothing good ever happens for that franchise ever.
desperation is an evil, evil, evil disease, and the Browns are sick. Sick, sick, sick. So yeah, that would be my
Hope
other
they're
one, just because of the
yeah.
backups, but like they're both
I
decent teams. So like
I hope
whatever.
their championship drought lasts another 80 years
Sure.
at least.
Yeah. Think the NFL
Yeah.
lasts another 80 years? That's a conversation we should have one day. Like the odds each league survives like until we'll say 77 years to get them to 2100. Ew. The year 2100.
I think the NFL is a good shot.
Think so?
I feel like especially the NFL and NBA specifically, their global branding is just generational compared to like any other sport in America. Obviously, something like cricket or soccer,
Yeah,
that nothing's ever gonna touch that.
yeah, they're fine.
But dude, like NFL and NBA brand, like everybody knows football and basketball players. So I
Okay,
just
you say that, but I had a good conversation with somebody yesterday. Who is more famous? And like I know the answer, but like it's probably closer than it should be. Jason Tatum or Sexy Red? Like it's a stupid question, but I saw
I
a video of them together the other day. Like
I would pick Tatum.
of course you're picking Tatum, and you should, but like again, it's probably closer than it should be.
I hate this. I hate where we're going with
Like
this.
tell me I am just really off base here. Like, because I don't think I am. I think it's closer than it should be.
Do you have like numbers to back this up?
I mean, I can tell you how many monthly listeners Sexy Red has right now.
Or like Instagram followers or something?
I'll do that right after the monthly
Well,
listeners.
no, well,
She has 14 million monthly listeners. That's active people who go to her music and click it every month, multiple times, not just the one song. That's a lot. Well, let's check the IG. Let's check the IG because now like I didn't put any type of research into this earlier, but now I want to because it's kind of fun. What is Sexy Red's Instagram? I don't follow.
This is not where I expected us to be on this episode.
I don't follow it. We can look up Jason Tatum.
I have Jason Tatum's up. He has 6.7 million followers.
6.7 billion followers. I'll tell you, that's less than half of her monthly listeners.
Okay, but like, here's the thing about monthly listeners, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could go play a song by an artist. I could literally play one song by an artist, and for this month, I'll be listed as a listener for this month.
She has 3.1, so about half.
Okay.
And she's only been pretty popular for less than a year. Whereas Jason Tatum was in what, year 6, 7?
I hate this. I hate everything.
I'm just telling you, it's closer than it should be. That's my only rebuttal towards the NBA thing. It's closer than it should be.
How about our game to spectate for the week?
Our game to spectate.
I think we're gonna agree on this one as well. There are
Yeah.
a few bangers on there. Actually, oh my goodness,
It's
wait,
a
never
really
mind.
good week. It's a really good
It
week.
is.
It's a really good week.
No, there's
Cincinnati,
few
Pittsburgh
bangers.
should be a good game. Buffalo Chargers would have been, but Justin's out, so that's not great. Thursday night football shouldn't be that bad with the Saints and the Rams. That should be a pretty solid game.
It's Derek Carr. I don't want to watch it.
That's fine. It should be it should be a good game.
For me, there's two. There's two that come to mind immediately.
Dallas and Miami,
Yup.
and Baltimore, San Francisco.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. We
might have two
Those-
games to watch.
those are the
for
two.
this week.
They're different days, so just watch them both.
Yeah.
Dallas at Miami at 4:00. Miami's coming off a brutal loss, just unbelievably brutal loss. Same with Dallas. Dallas just got their booty slapped by Josh Allen. Just absolutely, Dak just bent over and just said "Toma" like a paddle straight to the booty.
Wait,
for
Miami's
full.
coming off. Miami's
Or
not
was
coming
that
off
last
loss, are
week?
they?
Was that last week that they got the really bad loss?
Didn't they just beat the Jets 30-0?
It was It was the week before. It was the week before. They lost to the Titans the week before. I'm still counting that. That was brutal.
Okay.
That was brutal. Okay, they beat the hell out of the Jets this week. But Dallas did just get their butt beat. That should be a fun game. Tyreek should be back. Not fully sure of his status right now, but those teams are pretty healthy, especially if Tyreek is back. Pretty much as healthy as they're going to be. Two playoff teams. They're probably each the second favorite in their conference. I don't know what the Vegas lines are looking at, but like I'd imagine Miami is in the 1 or 2 or like 2 or 3 for Super Bowl favorites in the AFC. Same thing with Dallas. They're probably 2 or 3. That should be fun. And I know you're going to look it up. Thank you, Mr. Typing Hands himself.
Absolutely.
That's very charming, very handsome of you.
Oh God, what is going on?
Yeah, I don't
I was
like
giving
that.
me game lines for tomorrow. I don't want that.
No, we're good. We're good.
That's
The
not
1
what
and
I'm
2
looking
for
for.
the Super Bowl, though, are the Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. At least right now. They're both been playing really, really good football.
Mm.
And that is going to be a Monday night game. They're both 11-3. I don't know how many people predicted the Ravens to be 11-3. Obviously, that roster was good. They're still super injured like they always are, but
Of
they have
course.
made it work. Lamar looks fantastic when he needs to. That offense is scoring points, which how often do Ravens offenses score points? It feels like that just never happens. They feel like a perpetual 21 to 27 point team every year. They can't get more. They can certainly get less. But they've been scoring more than that a good chunk this year. It's been nice to see. And then the 49ers, we talked about it with Brock Purdy. Probably 1A and 1B for the MVP race with Purdy and McCaffrey. The defense has been better, especially since they got all the help on the defensive line with Chase Young. He's been really good. Obviously, Bosa. People are calling this the Race Bowl, which is pretty funny. Just for how many white dudes are on the Niners and how many black dudes are on the Ravens. It's pretty funny. I have seen very good memes about Bosa, how he's going to celebrate after sacking Lamar. MAGA Bosa will be in effect, truly.
This really is his Super Bowl.
This is his Super Bowl.
If the Niners win on Monday, he's gonna be upset that there's not confetti falling on the stadium.
He's gonna go to Disney World on Tuesday. He's gonna go to Disney. So especially if he gets 2 sacks. Oh, he's there. I will be there.
Oh my god. Fun little thing. The Ravens, #1 rushing attack in the league, most attempts, most yards, most just pretty much anything you can think about running the football, they're probably #1 in. The Niners have given up the second least. That doesn't sound. They've only given up 65 rush yards per game, going up against a Ravens team that just, I mean, I'm sure I can find the numbers real quick. Rushing yards.
Just so unprepared.
Dude, I'm so fucking good at this. Man, I said a bad word.
Oh no. It's Jover. It's so
Nah,
Jover.
we're Barack.
163 per game.
163.8. So yeah, you have a team that rushes for 163 yards per game, going up against a team that only gives up a little over 60 yards per game. So
Pretty
who
fun.
wins that?
It's pretty
Who
fun.
wins that battle?
Is this in San Francisco? I think it is. It is in San Francisco.
It is.
That should be really fun.
You know what? If you're gonna watch this game, you might as well watch my Giants continue the Eagles' fall at 4:30 p.m. before that. I see the face you're making.
Former Italian Tommy DeVito will do his best to take down glorified fullback Jalen Hurts.
Dude, you hear he's pissed off?
Yeah, he's not happy.
Dude,
they asked him top 5 Soprano moments. Like, come on, guys.
I can't believe
at some point
being Italian my whole personality, and that's all you guys talk to me about.
Like, at some point, it's just racism. Like, at some point. I don't know when. I think the Sopranos question was probably the point. You don't go up to a Spanish dude that he's just known to be Spanish. You be like, yo, favorite Bad Bunny songs. Like, what? Like, that's your question?
I'm going to go ask Lamar Jackson his favorite Wire episode.
Like, it's like unbelievable. Like, what are we doing? Hey, Brock Purdy, what's your 5 favorite episode of Friends? Like, what? What are we saying? How do you know I like Friends? How do you know I like The Sopranos? It's genuinely, like, generational, just like, what? So I don't blame him for being mad.
No, well, go ask Nick Bosa what his favorite Western is.
So many. Django Unchained, probably. Probably.
Nick Bosa's favorite song is Try That in a Small Town.
Oof. My God. Oh no. There's so many layups we can do here. We will avoid them. We're also going to avoid going on any further. This has been fun though. Tell me if you guys in the comments or text us or however you guys want to find us at Spectators Media on all platforms. You can find me at Julian Acut and Kin at _24 Kin. Reach out to us. Tell us if you like the new game, any of that nature. If you have any other games you want us to play on here, we can do that. We appreciate you guys. I hope you all have a great Christmas, holidays, the full 9. Enjoy your vacation if you have some, and if you don't, keep grinding. You know what I'm saying? Keep grinding. It's also National Signing Day for college, so hopefully your teams are doing well. Ducks have been great today. We love that. Bowl season around the corner. We'll talk about that next week. It's a good time. Again, appreciate you, buddy. See you guys next week. Bye, everybody.